Okay, we will refer to Ms. Coatney for the reading of the agenda items. Ms. Coatney.
Item 6, consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Hill, a second by Ms. Babb. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7A, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy F-140, naming facilities as amended.
So moved.
Did you second, Ms. Satterfield? Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Owen, a second by Ms. Satterfield. Discussion? Ms. Hill?
I'm going to support this because I clearly think it's going to pass. I do have some concerns that I just would like noted, that I'm afraid we are painting ourselves into too tight of a box here, and it may be something that we will not regret in the future, but I know I'm only one of 9 on this board.
Well, I will say that I tend to agree with you, Ms. Hill, so I will support it, but I'm not sure that that I completely feel comfortable with this change. Do you have any other comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 7B, approve second reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy J191, misbehaviors and disciplinary options as amended.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Hill, a second by Ms. Babb. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7C, approve first reading of Knox County Board of Education Policy J110, equal educational opportunities as amended.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Owen, a second by Ms. Christie. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8A, approve memoranda of agreement in support of 21st Century Community Learning Centers program and/or lottery for education after-school programs grant applications for Boys and Girls Clubs in Tennessee, Shades of Development, Wesley House Community Center, and YMCA of East Tennessee.
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Satterfield, a second by Ms. Christie. And just for the public's benefit, we met last week at our work session to discuss this agenda. So we've already reviewed the policies in a policy review meeting. So that's why there's not much discussion. Just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of that. Okay. Any discussion on this item? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 8B, approve Tennessee Society of Professional Engineers grants for engineering, arithmetic, and science in the total amount of $7,000 for STEM-related projects at Bearden High, Bearden Middle, Cedar Bluff Middle, Farragut High, Hardin Valley Middle, and Vine Middle Magnet Schools.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Hill, a second by Ms. Satterfield. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
8C, approve a Rotary Club of Knoxville grant in the amount of $5,000 for Beaumont Magnet Academy designated for playground improvements as outlined in proposal.
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Satterfield, a second by Ms. Owen. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
8D, approve Nora Roberts Foundation grant in the amount of $2,500 for Beaumont Magnet Academy designated to enhance literacy through the arts as outlined in proposal.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Satterfield, a second by Ms. Owen. Do we have discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
8E, approve 2020 Target Field Trip grant in the amount of $700 for Beaumont Magnet Academy to be used for a student trip to the American Museum of Science in Oak Ridge, Tennessee on April 20, 2020.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Satterfield, a second by Ms. Owen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
8F, approve Destination Imagination Tennessee Start a Team grant up to $875 for Green Magnet Academy to be used for expenses associated with establishing the school's Destination Imagination team.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Satterfield, a second by Ms. Owen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Approve grant contracts with the State of Tennessee, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency for the National Archery in the Schools program, at Bricky McLeod Elementary, Copper Ridge Elementary, Farragut Intermediate, and Ritta Elementary Schools, in receipt of grant funding in the total amount of $4,000 designated to the purchase of a NASP archery equipment kit for each participating school.
We have a motion by Ms. Bounds, a second by Ms. Christie. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
9A, approve contracts with Anwar LLC, the Policy and Research Group, and West Ed for provision of general external evaluator services for future grant-funded projects for a term of June 1, 2020 through May 31, 2023, which may be extended for 2 additional years for a total of 5 years at no cost to Knox County Schools.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Hill, a second by Ms. Babb. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 10A, approve Knox County Schools 2021-2022 school year calendar.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Babb, a second by Ms. Owen. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
10B, approve tenure for eligible teachers.
Moved. Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Owen, a second by Ms. Satterfield. Do we have discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item 10C, approve special courses for high school curriculum. Americans at War, Calculus 3, Honors Math Computer Applications, Introduction to Animation, Simulation, and Motion Graphics, Advanced Animation, Simulation, and Motion Graphics Honors, Latinx History, and Latinos in America, Microbiology, Multicultural Literacy and Communications, Restorative Student Leaders, and Robotics.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Christie, a second by Ms. Babb. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you, Ms. Coatney. And we'll turn to Ms. Babb for public forum.
Okay, first on public forum, we have Laura Squires, and just as a reminder for anyone speaking, please give your name and county of residence, and you have 5 minutes to speak. And just for any of those that are new, this is your time to speak to us, but we do not respond during public forum.
Hello, my name is Laura Squires. I'm a Knox County resident, and I do not speak well in public, so forgive me. I'll calm down in a moment. I have prepared some information I want to make sure each of you have. May I submit this for each of you to have a copy as we talk?
Ms. Coatney will come get
And I
it.
don't want to waste my 5 minutes. This is a highly complicated topic, and I want to ask each of you, I think you have the permission to say you would want to hear more. If at the end of this 5 minutes you need to hear more, please grant me those moments. I am here because Verizon Wireless has, I apologize, I just don't speak well publicly, and I don't ever. Verizon Wireless has applied to put cellular antennas around school systems in Farragut. This will happen in multiple school systems. I want to come to you to make you aware of it and to ask for your action on it. The federal government has allowed the Verizon Wireless and other cellular communication companies to be declared as public utilities. Through this grant, they are now able to utilize public rights-of-way on our streets, in our neighborhoods, in front of our schools, to deploy a cellular antenna. I was unaware of this until January the 15th. I thought the words 5G meant my phone will work faster. I had no concept that this meant that cellular antenna and poles, in as many number as is deemed appropriate by the cellular industry, can go in our right-of-ways. They can go in front of our homes and our schools. I apologize, guys. I prepared 3 comments I want to ask of Knox County Schools. As I talked with a few of you, some of you had no knowledge of this topic, as I did not 6 weeks ago. I knocked on doors in my neighborhood. Several homes now have a sign that says, no 5G. As I talked with 10 different homes, 9 wanted a sign in their yard that said no 5G. We may be powerless to stop this based on the federal government's legislation that was passed, but also the state of Tennessee legislation, House Bill 2279 or 89, was passed in the spring of 2018. Actually, in some cases, the state bill is tighter than the federal law requires. We asked for help from the town of Farragut, and they are still under review. They have asked for help from our state representative, Jason Zachary. Tomorrow night, we will learn the fruits of those efforts at the Mayor, Board, and Alderman meeting in Farragut. But what you can do is to help parents be aware that there's a technology change coming for their kids around their schools. They may not be able to do anything about it. But my main concern are the towers that will surround the Farragut campus. They'll be around the intermediate school, middle school, and high school. They're going on Sonia Drive, 2 of them looking down literally on the rooftops of those buildings. Others will go on Kingston Pike, so that campus will literally be surrounded. One of great concern is across from Farragut Primary School. It will sit on the little lot of the little home, I think it may be a rental home, right across from Farragut Primary School. If I walked from that pole where they intend to put this to the front door of Farragut Primary, it's probably 200 to 250 paces. If I was a parent who had a child in that school and I come back this fall and there's a cellular antenna sitting there, I'm going to be on the phone with whoever is in charge of that. I want you to be aware and I want to ask for your help. Item number 1. Conduct a baseline or EMF radio frequency study near the schools before these deploy. We know our baseline. Some companies can do this for free, such as LCUB, if we request. They're still researching if that can be done. If any new antenna are deployed to reconduct that study, what you guys need to understand is the first antenna will be deployed. These are by Verizon. Then AT&T can come. Then Sprint can come. There is no limit to the number of these towers that can be placed in the public right-of-way. There is no requirement at this time for co-location on a single pole. If co-location occurs, then what have we done? Have we compounded the radiation emission effects of those antenna with different companies? So to make you aware, this type of testing, as I understand it, is permitted by the FCC law, or the FCC order, FCC 18133A1, Appendix A, if you would please add that where it says page 4. That is attached for you. Number 2, if deployment occurs within 1,500 yards of a school building or property, a letter from the governing school board to be sent home to parents to notify them of a technology change in your school property. The letter should state that there is no conclusive evidence of 5G harm or safety, to the best of my knowledge, and I would like to propose this be verified with the Knox County Health Department. If you don't tell people, they're not going to know. And lastly, and perhaps the most controversially, I want to ask this school board to work with Knox County Health Department to set up Farragut as the first 5G assessment safety study in the world. There is no conclusive data. There is no research. This is going to happen to our children. I'm asking that we set forth on a protocol that it would document the effects of these children on multiple parameters from endocrine to potential carcinogenicity to potential total safety. If it were to be negative and nothing comes of it, what a great thing that would be for 5G.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Kate was.
Hello, my name is Kate Juarez, and I do live in Knox County. I'm here to share with you about the proposed placement of 5G towers located near our Farragut schools. As you've already heard, the primary, the intermediate, middle, and high schools will all be located near one of these towers housing small cells. There is no study that proves 5G is safe. In fact, medical research is out there on the harmful effects of the densification of small cells. Any level of exposure of man-made, non-ionizing electromagnetic radiation can be diagnosed as an adverse health effect pursuant to the World Health Organization International Classification of Diseases, thus rendering any safety limit as set by the government safety standards obsolete as protecting health. Think of our children and grandchildren. Developing and immature cells are more sensitive to exposure to radiation. The Swiss Medical Association has advised caution on 5G, arguing that the most stringent legal principles should be applied because of unanswered questions about the technology's potential to cause damage to the nervous system or even cancers. Just recently, in the state of California, parents are protesting a 5G tower that is located a mere 150 feet from the school's lunchroom. Our children's health should be a concern for us. Please join me in stopping 5G from coming near our schools and homes where we raise our families. As a group, we can stop this. Please don't think that someone else is going to take care of this. We all need to work together. If you'd like more information, please go to takebackyourpower.net and the 5gsummit.com. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. That concludes public forum.
Thank you, Ms. Babb. And we are adjourned.